All right. Hooray. Welcome everybody to this
Yay!
new band of heroes but old band of friends. Hi, I'm Yuni and I will be DMing this game titled Hounded by History, and I am joined by two wonderful lovely friends.
Yay.
Please introduce yourself.
Ed, do you want to go first?
I guess I do. Hi, I'm Ed. I will be playing Virgil. He is a warforged and a nerd. That's the important part.
And he's a real kind, right?
Oh, yes, I forgot that.
Yes,
I
not
guess that matters.
it's just good for the lore.
For record keeping.
Exactly.
And I am Modmad, who you are used to by now, and I am playing a new character, oh my god, who's called Bertie. Sir Bertie Kimblewood Banter, and he is a UPA in hair, and I've never played a UPN or a rogue in Toonkind, so this will be a journey.
It'll be wonderful. You may have heard Bertie in the past as a sort of NPC character in
Yeah, oh,
one
what
or
was
two
that one?
games. He was
It
in a
was.
taxing business briefly.
That's the one. That's the one. He wasn't even meant to be. So that was some improv right there.
He
But
was
yes,
very good
Bertie has
though.
been in a game. He has, however, leveled up since then. So that's tasty.
So
We're at level 5.
hopefully he won't get tied up and stuffed in a closet.
We'll find out.
We will. Um, So, I guess with that being said, with this little trio of besties we've got here, I will begin painting the the word picture. Okay. So, our story begins on the northern island of Salunia a few short days after the new year, where a pair of unlikely companions have wound up traveling together. Bertie, the Knights of the Unicorn, received a plea for help a little over a week ago. A man named Chaim Abel asked for as many knights as can be spared to report to Abel Manor in the town of Lindare to guard his family. He didn't provide many details on what supposed threat he needed help defending against, but he did offer a reward to any and all who responded. Unfortunately, all the other knights had taken a holiday for Animus celebrations, and you wound up the only person available to investigate his request. Virgil, you have come here not to defend, but to study. Most anyone familiar with world history is aware that, well, history for Einquil is a tricky thing to study. There's a great, powerful force known as the Erasure that wiped much of the continent clean approximately 200 years ago, and there are very few records of what life was like in this land before that point. But there are a few small bastions of the past that remain, and one such location is none other than Abel Manor in the town of Lindare. And this pillar of history has untold potential for your archaeological research if you can gain entry. So,
Ooh,
the two of
shiny.
the two of you have met when gaining passage on the same merchant wagon that was traveling out to Lindare. Um, so first off,
Skyrim vibes.
I will ask the two of you, have it's been um about 3 days of travel. It was only supposed to be about a day and a half, but it has been torrential rain slowing down the
Oh
progress.
no.
Oh
So
boy.
Oh no.
have the two of you discussed with one another about your goals for heading to the same location.
I think it's more like, has my companion been able to shut Bertie up about his? Because, like, he talks. He's talkative. And if he doesn't talk, he's playing on his viol to entertain people. He always wanted to play a violin, but he ended up being too tall, so now he has a viol.
Okay, so Virgil, you are aware that at at the very same manor that you are hoping to go to, there's a guy who has like put out a call. Any and everyone who's available to help protect his family, please come.
Oh.
So
Oh dear, it's going to be a crowd.
so you can do with that information as you will. Um, so
This is not ominous at all.
it is getting to be probably around mid-afternoon, and the rain is finally letting up after just sheets of rain pouring down on this little wagon full of fabrics and clothing that the merchant was hoping to sell. And the the land is a bit sort of marshy, and you can see sort of the mists rolling in over the land.
Oh, so
As
Yorkshire then.
Yeah, sure. If you
Trust me.
I will start off. Please roll a perception check.
Oh, good. Oh dear. I actually had to go ahead and use my expertise in perception so that I had any. So, but I do, in fact, have a +5. That's
Okay.
17.
And
Exciting.
Virgil.
Whoop,
Hey,
I
baby.
rolled it. It's not
Yeah.
going
Oh,
through.
there it is.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Sometimes dice pass and takes a nap. It's fine.
It's all right. It just took its
It's
time.
sleepy. It's sleepy like me.
So with the mists rolling in, Virgil, you can't quite make anything out. Except you could tell, both because the merchant has pointed out, you can start to see some dark shapes in the distance that look like, oh, it looks like you're getting into town, finally. Bertie, you pick up a little ways off the path away from town. There is a different sort of dark shape, some type of very large animal is wandering around through the mists out there. You can't tell what
Oh
it
no.
is, but you note it.
Okay. That's cool. I'm gonna do an intelligence roll just to see how dumb he is about this.
Oh, good.
That is a straight D20. 13, that's not incredibly stupid.
No,
If I got
that's
like
perfectly fine.
if I got a 5, I'd be saying, hello there, friend. However, Bertie does the sensible thing, and his very long ears perk up. By the way, this toon rabbit is 6 feet tall without the ears. He's extremely tall.
He's a pure beanpole. I love
He
him.
is a pure beanpole.
Wait, how tall are
and
the ears?
the ears are proportionally in, like, you know, you've got that picture. I can't do math.
Very
Bertie
tall.
certainly can't. However, he does sort of stand up in the wagon and does sort of pointing with his ears and says, "Hark! I do believe we have company."
And the merchant, Johann, who's actually a real coin dwarf, goes, no, you don't want to go bothering the wildlife around here. This town is pretty sleepy, but the wilds around it, you don't want to go risking nothing. It's best we leave them be.
Well, as long as it leaves us be.
Virgil's sort of he was digging through his stuff when we got here, and now he's just sort of wringing his hands like, oh, I just wanted to research why is there always wildlife? It's always like this every time.
Bertie's excited.
So, if you're keeping your eye on that shape, it is a decent ways out there, so it doesn't look like it's stalking you or anything, but you have
Yet.
not.
Bertie does the thing with the 2 fingers pointing at his eyes and then out at the creature, like, I've got my eyes. I'm watching you. I got you.
But with that noted, your wagon rolls into town. And just inside the town boundaries, there is an inn, and you can see from the windows it looks nice and warm and inviting in there. But directly outside there is someone standing, holding a lantern and wrapped up in a heavy cloak. You were told that should you answer Mr. Chaim Abel's call to meet someone at the inn. So you can assume, or you could not. It's up to you what you want to do.
Hello! I am assuming that you are the fellow that we're supposed to meet! And Bertie bounces down and is shaking whatever counts as a hand on this person already.
Virgil follows with slightly more dignity, looking sort of embarrassed that his a really enthusiastic friend has jumped out of the wagon and jumped on this person, because Virgil, meanwhile, is awkward. He says, well, I hope so.
And then the person is definitely a bit startled, and she looks up at you. You realize she is a human looking toon woman, and she looks terrible. Her skin is very
Aw.
pale. Her eyes are bloodshot. She has the hollow look of someone who has lost a lot of weight very quickly. She says, "Oh my, the knights. You are the knights. There's just two of you. Okay. Hello. Hi. My name is Barry. I am a maid up at Able Manor. I've been waiting here for you for a couple of days. I thought you'd be here sooner. That's fine.
You should have eaten something while you were waiting. Look, just stake at you. I mean, there's an inn straight behind you.
Terribly sorry. The weather's been awful coming out here.
Oh, I'm distinctly aware. And she sort of pulls her cloak closer around her.
I'm sorry, but Bertie was like assuming, like as a joke, that she's been standing outside for 3 days. Has this poor woman actually been standing outside for 3 days?
If you ask, she'll be, no, I've been in the inn mostly, but I was getting a bit anxious, so I came out. But this is not the it's mostly just because of the conditions at the manor. But don't worry, you're here now, and it will be fine. Everything's going to be wonderful.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
And Johann, who has been sort of watching from the thing, goes, well, it looks like you've got this covered. I'm gonna let you deal with that because Abel's don't have the best reputation, so bye." And his wagon starts plodding off. She goes,
Virgil watches him leave with very obvious regret in his posture, like maybe this wasn't the best idea.
Bertie has no regret.
"That's Bertie."
He doesn't know what a regret is.
And Barry will sort of like straighten out her cloak and pull her scarf up and go, "All right, well, let us be on our way. I will show you the way up to the manor. If that's all right, please."
Oh yes, good show, good show. Oh, but do allow me to assist. And he's going to pull off one of his ears and transform it into an umbrella and hold it out over her.
Oh,
my,
God. Oh,
that's
bless.
quite a thing.
He can do some crazy stuff. He's a UPAN, and as a rogue, he can kind of like, he hides by turning into random stuff. So that will probably come in later. But he's also a gentleman.
Oh, bless him.
Well, when he pulls off his ear, Virgil visibly recoils and like takes a step back, like, oh my.
Just goes,
And she just goes, "Oh, you're very sweet." She sort of gives you a fond little pat on the hand. But she's also grateful
a little
because
waggle of the head. He's very pleased.
all right. But with that, as you two have agreed to be knights defending this manor, you begin your way up through the quiet town of Lindare, which has the sort of whirling mists rolling through it. and you walk along a narrow but well-worn road for about 3 or 4 miles, slowly climbing up into the overlooking,
Land of Moors.
yes,
Land of
the
Moors.
land of Moors, overlooking Lindare. Even through the mid-afternoon sun, which is sort of just shining weakly through the very gray clouds overhead. You can see through the wisps of mist and the brushes, and you can see where the reeds and tufts that show where scrub gives away to the sort of bog surrounding. But the rolling hills and lack of trees means that you can see Able Manor long before you reach its ground. It's slate gray and imposing, and it juts up from the land like a gravestone. The only other building in sight is a low stone construction that is about a half-mile or so off of the track. The design of the manor is pretty lovely, grand, and looks well maintained. But as you draw closer, you notice that the windows on the ground floor all appear to be covered with heavy shutters. A tall iron fence topped with sharp points surrounds the manor, and once the road was guarded by a set of heavy doors, but now those doors lie torn and twisted on the verge, and as you pass, you notice that they appear to be scorched in places. And the large double doors in front of the building are also blackened and covered in countless deep scratches, as are the shutters around them.
Okay. Does
Yep.
anyone get a word? It's like, cool.
No, okay, basically, the closer they get, the more Virgil is distinctly, like, hiding behind the others as opposed to walking up next to them, sort of wringing his hands and like, "Well, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine, this is not fine. This is
Bertie's
not
just
fine at
like,
all."
Bertie's just making small talk with this nice lady and is like kind of more concerned about cheering her up because she seems terribly gloomy for some reason. I mean, this is a very lovely place if you like that sort of thing. I'm sure you do because you live here and all that sort of thing. And yeah, he's just kind of doing that thing.
She is appreciative and sort of politely smiling, but she's so exhausted that she doesn't really make a whole lot of conversation back. If you guys have nothing else you want to take a look at or whatever on the way up, she will lead you to the front door of the manor. Um,
Should we do a general perception roll like sensible players?
it's up to you.
I think he would examine the claw marks. Were they on the gate, broken gate that we're passing? You said.
The claw marks are on like the front door and so on.
Okay,
So
he's definitely going to look very closely at that because because that's a concern. That's a concern. That's a large concern.
okay. If you want, you can roll either an investigation or a perception.
That's a much better investigation, so I'm going to do that one.
Go for it.
D6.
16.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
okay.
Oh no,
Bad?
that's not very
16 is
good.
okay.
No, it's fine. That's fine.
Passable.
As you're looking on your way up, you can see very large paw prints scorched into the grass leading up the sides of the road. And at the front door, you notice, actually, I have no idea. Can Warforge smell things? I'm gonna say you can because that's what's happening now. You can detect.
Yeah, he probably does.
Sure, you can detect traces of sulfur.
Oh, and he's an alchemist. He definitely knows that one.
All right, good. So, yes, you recognize that there is a scent of sulfur around these scorch marks and so forth. So that is what you get on your way up, and Barry will be very, very relieved to reach the front door and knock. And it takes a moment before you hear a very heavy chunk of someone moving a bar at the front door, and man who peeks out says, "Who is? Oh, Barry! Oh my goodness!" And he opens the door. You see a large, broad man with ginger hair. And he as well has heavy bags under his eyes. He looks a bit gray, and you can see he had a sword at the ready, but he immediately lowered it as soon as he saw his maid. And goes, "Oh my goodness, I was starting to worry. Um, you must be from the order. Come in, please. My name is Chaim Abel. Thank you so much for coming."
Not a problem, not a problem. And Bertie is shaking off his umbrella ear and putting it back on in the correct form.
And I assume, Virgil, you go in as well?
Yes, he kind of looks around and makes a very awkward attempt to say, "Yes, hello, I'm Virgil, pleased to meet you," but you can tell he's a little uncertain he means that, but he's saying it anyway.
Well, yeah, if Chaim, he sort of looks over the two of you and he goes, "Oh, it's it's such a relief that people have come. We're at our wits' end here. But I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Please come in." And he will lead you down a wood paneled passageway and into the study, where there is a burning fireplace. It is warm. There is a thin woman with dark hair cradling a little bundle, which you can assume is a sleeping infant. And she,
we can assume.
you can assume. I mean, you haven't gone up to look at the baby, so you don't know
Oh,
that it's
haven't
a
I?
baby,
Oh,
but it
haven't
sure
I?
looks like a baby.
With an 11 in an intelligence roll, Bertie does not consider the fact that the child might be asleep and would not like a giant blue rabbit looming over it and sort of say, "Oh, hello, little one! What's his name?"
Oh, and the woman who was only just starting to straighten up because she was kind of half dozing as well, but she sort of jerks at you. This loud rabbit suddenly jumping up in her face. You, oh, um, this is Dean. Um,
No, Dino, Winnie, oh, what a cutesy wootsy, and tickly coo.
the baby is like has just woken up and starts like doing the fussy. And the mom's like, "Oh no, shh, it's okay, darling, it's okay."
Maybe we should.
Chaim will come up behind you. He goes, "This is my wife, Reen, and our son, Dean, and we are in desperate need of your help to protect my son from something." And
I see. Much sincere nodding. He has no idea what you're talking about. Oh my god, the
Aw,
secret of Kel style. Oh, I love this
that's
art.
cute.
we're in Salunia, baby.
Hey, love it.
So Chaim will just gesture for the two of you to take a seat on the pretty nice comfortable couch across the way. He goes, You've come so long. I'm sure you have questions about why I've called you here."
Several, and Just out of curiosity, just wondering, I noticed some footsteps outside. Are there footsteps inside that we should know about? That, like, has
Don't
this
that. They've got
come
a maid to
inside?
clean that sort of thing up. You can't
N-
help
Like,
it if they
does
have
the
to
trouble
constantly
often come in past the door?
no, we so far have stopped our assailants from entering our home, but for the last several nights, from dusk till dawn, there have been creatures trying to break into our home to take our son from us. And
I said that's dashed rotten of them. Why?
it started about a month ago. A figure appeared at our front door. She claimed to be a devil who made a deal with my ancestor, and she showed off a contract saying that she had rightful ownership of my son. Of course, I didn't believe her for a moment and slammed the door in her face. But every night since then, uh, a, a beast of some creature, some massive hound made from the darkness and the mist, has clawed at our doors and done everything to get its way in.
Say bad show all round, what? But do you know where she is? I happen to be rather fluent in Infernal.
Well, that could be very helpful, and I I don't know if the beast speaks. The devil has not shown itself since then, but essentially, I am all that matters to me is that you can help protect my family.
Without a
Well,
doubt, we'll do our very best, won't we, Virgil? And there's a very pointy,
yes,
long elbow in your
yes,
side.
and he sort of, like, makes the nervous shoulders as he's being elbowed. But yes, we'll do our very best. That's dreadful.
And the two of them just sort of smile at each other because, oh God, they're so tired. They're so glad you're here to help. Um, um, and Chaim will take Dean from Rin, and he goes, I'll look after him, dearest. She goes, that's right. Why don't I show you around? You can get the lay of the land.
Yes, scout out some defensive maneuvers and all of that, so yes. Where do you want me?
She will take you sort of on a tour through the manor. It is a beautiful old manor. I'm sure, Virgil, if you weren't so anxious about the state of things, you would be very excited to look into it.
He does sort of admire them in passing, but he can't really focus. He's more like jumping at every little creak, every little sound of the window. Like, oh goodness, is it here yet? Is it here yet?
It is
He's fine.
it's still afternoon, so she will
He has to
you
double check. Make sure there's
yeah.
still light outside.
Yeah, she smiles a bit weakly and she goes, I do want to emphasize how grateful I am that the two of you have come. We had more servants here helping, but they have all understandably fled since all this began. We had thought that Barry perhaps had taken the opportunity to leave as well, but she brought you to us. But now it's just me, I am Dean, Barry, and the clerk. But hopefully, once everything is settled, we can have a more lively home again.
Well, I hope so. It is a lovely place. I'm sure it's much lovelier when outside of this distressing time.
Right, so, you did mention one person we haven't met yet. Was that a cleric, you said?
Oh, yes, the clerk. We hired her to look into the claims from this devil. Here. I will show you to the library. You should be able to discuss matters with her.
Capital strategy meeting, lava cleric.
Library. He visibly brightens at that. Like now he forgets to be nervous.
So she takes you down the halls that are lined with portraits that you can guess are probably the various family members going back several generations. And she will take you into the library. She goes, the clerk is somewhere around here. This is pretty much the only place she ever is, but hold on. I would like both of you to roll perception checks.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Let's see.
Oh yeah, there's a 21.
Nice.
Ears are like satellites. Ding, 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 ding. Hey,
Oh my goodness!
How
Oh wow! Nice. So it does take you just a moment to sort of pass over before suddenly you realize, oh, they're literally at the desk, like right across from the door. It's a little bit silly that you did not immediately see them. But as Reen goes up and taps, I'm so sorry to bother you, ma'am, but some people are here to help with the investigation. They wanted to speak with you. And the person who is sort of wrapped in their own cloak turns and looks with dark eyes. And Bertie, you will recognize immediately, though it is a bit surprising for you to see one here. This is a nobody. Virgil, you are less familiar. But
Yeah, he's a noob.
yeah, so nobodies are individuals who are mostly just sort of background characters. They are not really meant to do anything but sort of fill up space, do duties that no normal toons are really interested in. But perhaps you're not being familiar with the fact that nobodies are, not real characters means it's like, oh, that's the person. Why?
Yes, this is the normal person. I don't see anything unusual about this normal person in front of us.
Yep. So that nobody looks up from their desk and then looks at you all and says nothing.
So Aqua said, "Hello, are you here investigating that contract?"
Yes.
Bertie is just leaning all the way over, which is not very hard considering how tall he is, so there's probably an irritating shadow over whatever the cleric is trying to do, because Bertie's just like, say, what are you doing there?
Researching.
Researching what?
The Abel family history.
Ah, very interesting. Did you find anything?
Yes.
Splendid! What did you find?
The clerk goes back to the paper and goes, well, it is more specific that I have found a lack of things.
Hooray?
Does that mean you can confirm that it's a lie, or that we just don't know yet?
I have not been able to find any record of this supposed contract. I have.
Well, I suppose that's a good start.
However, in looking at the family history, I have found strange discrepancies indicating family members that do not exist. From this, I can assume that every 100 years, one family member has gone missing, which matches with the claim that this supposed devil has told my employer.
Oh, I take it back. That's not a good start at all.
It's jolly spooky. It makes for an excellent story, don't you think?
Well, I usually find the stories are less fun when you're in them.
Oh, quite contrary, my good fellow. This is exactly the sort of story I would love to be a part of. And I am! Ha ha ha!
He just sort of groans and puts his hands over his faceplate for a second, like, well, this is happening.
Oh, how terribly rude of us. I haven't introduced us. I am Sir Bertie Kimblewood Banter, and this here is my splendid stand-up fellow, Virgil.
Yes, how do you do?
Hello. That's all they say.
Well, I suppose that's all wrapped up. Haha. Oughtn't I to be looking after the little fellow? If that's the priority case, and I appear to be your only guard, I really ought to be high priority, staying in the vicinity of the precious little bundle.
And Ring goes, yes, of course. It will be. We have a few hours before sundown, so there will be plenty of time to make a plan, right?
Bertie
Plans
was
are good.
about to
I
say
like plans. I love
games.
plans.
The
Bertie was about to say plenty of times to like play chess with this baby or something. Teach him how to play baseball.
and the clerk stands up from their desk and goes, will you be fighting the creatures?
I do hope so. I love a bit of a scrap, me.
Hmm.
Well, I don't love violence, but this is a very awful situation, so I suppose if we have to.
I have been asked to assist in whatever way in protecting the family of my employer. I cannot do that effectively without seeing the contract that the devil has in its possession. Therefore, I will be aiding you in the hopes that defeating the creatures will lure out the devil so I can get a proper look at the legality of their contract.
But he understood about 50% of that. He's just gonna smile and nod.
We have a plan that involves punching it. It's fine.
Yeah.
So if there's nothing else you guys want to look at, Bryn will lead you back to the meeting room where her husband is taking care of their baby, who he's now awake but sort of just giggling and happily pulling at his dad's beard.
I think because, you know, Bertie is a grade A dumbass, but he is here on a mission and he does want to like help. So I think he's actually gonna try and do something sensible, which is to either perceive or investigate, I hope not that, like weak points in this place that he has to defend, like doors, windows, cracks in the wall.
So yeah, roll, I guess, a perception check.
That's extremely kind of you. Thank you. I will take that. 14. Not great.
From what you can glean, just sort of looking around, it seems that since this assault has been going on for several days, it looks like the Ables have done a pretty good job of boarding up any doors or windows that the creatures can reach on the ground floor. The higher windows are not, completely boarded up. Um, So there can be some perhaps defensive position put there, but it seems that they have the look of things from the fact that they have, held the fort for a number of nights against whatever is attacking them, that they have done a pretty good job at blocking any easy way in.
That's good. That's good. And with a 14, he can't come up with anything smarter, which is not surprising.
So when I looked at the footprints earlier,
Yes.
can I roughly estimate what size creature this is?
Yeah, hold on. Let me.
It could be a very small dog wearing really big shoes.
Or 3 small dogs in a trench coat.
It is a decently large creature. You can Virgil, roll a straight intelligence check for me.
Okie dokie.
Okay,
Ooh,
21,
decent.
pretty good.
Ooh.
You are the sort of metaphorical gears, or literal if you want, have been turning, and from the details you picked up before, from the descriptions that you've been getting, you're guessing that this creature is a hellhound. So big dog, big scary dog.
Timber, are they large or medium? Like, are we thinking like a bear or just a big dog?
They are medium.
Okay.
Yeah.
So big, but not insanely big.
Yes, it
We've
is.
got a dog who's also a medium, so they're psychic.
Thank you, Bertie.
Yes, please imagine that was actually Bertie saying that out loud, not me.
So when Virgil is looking around, he says, from the footprints I looked at, I'm going to hope very strongly that it's not going to get up that high from the size. So he's not going to worry too much right now about those high windows.
And they go, yes, we have yet to deal with them being able to jump too terribly high. I think if they were able to, they would have at least tried earlier. At least that's what.
Oh, not able to perform an 8-foot vertical leap. Noted.
We can hope so. We can hope it stays that way.
So basically what this is if you guys want to set up an ambush, lay traps, whatever, it is up to you guys to make a plan. The Ables will be glad to help in the setup of things, but they are not willing to get directly involved in any fighting, because their concern is keeping their child protected.
Cool. I'm pointing out right now that I have not the best modifiers in intelligence and wisdom, so maybe this is the part where the cleric and Virgil talk and make like an
Well,
actual intelligence.
I'm also like I'm not going to be like roll an intelligence check to see if you could come up with a plan. I want you, the players, to spit some ideas back and forth. I don't want to like hinder you by having it be like, your character's not smart enough to come up with that.
I'm gonna say my character isn't smart enough to come up with that. He's currently like doing the march, spin, turn, march, spin, turn, that sort of thing.
But while Virgil is looking at these windows, are they like windows that open or just sort of sealed up tight?
The high windows do open, yes.
I turn around and say, "What is the maid still here, or just the family?"
The maid has made herself pretty scarce since arriving back. Chaim will actually tell you that he told her to go rest because she looked terrible.
Okay, well, then he turns to our host and says, "Do you happen to have a ladder or something that anyone uses to get up there? I think that could be a good ambush point if we open that a bit."
An ambush point. Sure, yeah. I'm sure we have a ladder that we can set up.
So he
Ladders.
walks around looking, maybe
Question.
No,
Sorry.
you go.
You sure? Bertie
Yeah,
has
it
had
was
a
cutting out, I
single.
couldn't tell.
Bertie has had a single thought with his half a brain cell. Hellhound, Bernie doors, fire. Wouldn't it be a good idea to have, say, like a bucket of water or something? We could balance it on top of the door. We used to play that joke all the time back
And I will be a bit surprised by this offer. And the clerk goes, I was under the impression the plan was to not let them inside.
Ah, but if they did get inside, then we'd be extra prepared.
Or we could push it out the window if I'm opening it anyway.
Dog?
No, the water bucket. I could take it up there if it's not too large.
Yes, rather like the sort of burning oil in a cauldron sort of thing, only the opposite.
Only not burning the house down.
Yes, we don't want to burn the house down. That's right.
No, that would be rude.
Okay, noted. Oh, all right. Just want to be sure where we stand on the burning down the house. Absolutely sure.
No, don't burn things down. That's impolite.
Short skin strong. That's another story.
The family will give an awkward chuckle and say, no, I'm pretty sure the maintaining of the house is what brought the devil here in the first place. So,
Question: do you think this devil is fond of competitions with violins? Always wanted to try that.
I didn't think to ask.
But we aren't in Georgia. Never mind.
Oh, bless you, Bertie.
I am the sole comedy relief, and I am going to drill that home.
No, we need
I hope he asked that. If we ever find this devil, I hope he asked that directly.
I'm absolutely keeping that in my back pocket. Yeah, true fact. Bertie is fluent in Infernal. Don't ask why.
Because why the heck not?
I'm sure there are legitimate reasons.
So plan so far is to dump water on the hound once it gets into position at the door. Yeah, that's where the plan's at so far.
Can I try rolling hammer space for something?
Absolutely.
Awesome. 10. I have got out the world's most delectable squeaky toy ball.
Oh my god. That's a wonderful, wonderful thing. The baby actually wants to play with it.
Do they normally play with toys?
Oh, good. Then I can give it to Junior Head. Here you go. He loves this kid, by the way.
Yeah, and Dean absolutely is just like having fun papping at it and squeaking it. As tense as everyone else is, little baby Dean is absolutely adoring watching this silly bunny man.
Silly bunny man loves the adorable baby too. No, we love the baby. Yeah, I mean that's as far as Bertie's gonna go with being intelligent. Like, does the cleric want to do something smart?
The cleric goes, well, if we wanted to engage them in a fight, it might be good to create some cover to hide behind.
Oh, that's right. Are we hoping to engage outside or divide the group or
we Rin will say, like, we I defending the home from those creatures getting in is most important. If they get in, they will come for our son. I can't let that happen.
No, definitely not. Shoring up the doors, pushing bits of furniture behind them, that sort of thing. Is that going to be too inconvenient to pick up the milk in the morning?
It'll be worth it if it gets us through it. So basically they're like, don't let the dogs in. Your job is to stop the dogs from getting inside. So if whether it's setting up traps or like setting up an ambush, what you'll want to do is most likely plan things outside the buildings, because if they get inside, it's going to be bad times.
Yeah.
All right, well, since you go.
Oh no, Ed goes. I do lots of talk.
Hey, I guess I go. I was just gonna note that since Virgil is a ranged character, he can park himself up in the window and then spider climb down, while everyone else who are melee characters can be out on the front steps. Like have a sniper nest up there.
Yeah, setting up a sniper position is a very good idea.
We can get that ladder.
Also gonna point out, like, Bertie is a swashbuckler, but is a rogue, not too beefy, not too big on the hit points. So, like,
I think swashbucklers do reasonably good.
He's gonna be better than the other people. It's fine, but like, you may want to like tell him, because he's not smart enough to think of this by himself, to like lure them into your range. He can do that.
I'm not sure what my range is. Hang on a second.
Also, Bertie is going to try and like shove heavy pieces of furniture behind like the weakest looking doors, especially.
And if Bertie is, I don't know if he has it in him to be concerned, but the clerk will, I can use some of my abilities to bolster you in combat.
That's great to me.
Oh, bolstering is good. Bolstering is always good. We like bolstering.
I always said, love a cleric. Not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. Like,
oh, my range is 120 feet. This is gonna be a sniper nest.
Oh yeah, you could set it up real good.
Also, I forgot to ask before. Are they a ranged cleric or a melee cleric?
I don't know. They aren't. They're not someone who does a whole lot of fighting in general. They're mostly support based.
Trying to work out how to do these tactics here.
Yeah, they have some spells that can attack from a distance, but they do also have a few options for closer combat. But yeah, this is not the hardiest group. It's
not what?
The hardiest group.
We'll just have to be careful.
Indeed.
Yeah, and we have a healer. Question, like the people that we are looking after, like the lady and the gentleman. I'm sorry, their names escape me. Do they function as, like, obviously we want them to not have to partake in the fight, but say we got into dire straits.
So they will tell you both of them are experienced fencers. They can fight, but they would prefer to not to have to.
Well, hopefully it won't come to that.
Just knowing what we're dealing with. If they were like straight pedestrians who will die immediately if they encounter a bee that has malicious intent, like that's worth knowing.
Yeah, they do have enough experience that they will be able to defend themselves, but their primary concern is keeping their son safe.
Yes, Mock has just asked a very intelligent question, so I'm gonna borrow that. Like, do they have a basement or something to hide out in? Like, are we keeping the baby in the most defensible room in the house? Because that would be a good idea.
There is no basement. You can perhaps, ask about if there's anything like that, and they will indicate there was another small building that you saw when you were making your way up here, and that is the family tomb, which, could be more defensive, but also is very spooky.
He has no fear of the spooky. Why aren't we using that?
Well,
Using that?
Well, the funny thing about tombs is sometimes the inhabitants don't appreciate that kind of thing.
yeah,
Bertie
yeah.
has no such care for this. Just lying around in there.
For all you know.
Yeah,
That's true.
this house is I guess I probably should have told the story earlier, but I suppose since
The story. Yeah.
So as you guys are sort of discussing things, planning things, eventually it will come out. Chaim will tell you the legend of the Abel family. That 400 years ago, his ancestor Richard Abel built this manor and poured his heart and soul into it. It took years and years to build and all but bankrupted him, and as soon as it was completed, he made some bad business deals and he nearly lost it. And according to the legend, he made a deal with dark forces in order to keep hold of this place and ensure it would never leave his family. In exchange, he agreed to give up the life of an Abel, one every century, and they say he allowed his own son to be dragged to the family tomb by a hellhound. Now,
So maybe not being near the tomb is a good idea.
yes, and that is also
Staying away
why
from the tomb. Away from the tomb.
that is also why the house, there have been gouges at the doors, there have been a few scorch marks, but he has picked up part of the reason why the damage hasn't been as bad as it could be is because the dark forces by under control of this devil are aware that destroying the house would break the contract, and so they don't want to
Would what?
it would break the contract. Um, so their concern is not destroying the house, but getting the kid.
Oh, so if we do burn down the house, we'll break the contract. Oh, come on, let's set fire to it.
Now wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Burning someone's house down is terribly impolite. Devils or no.
Losing a baby is somewhat worse than losing a house, don't you think?
Well, yes, but still.
Burn the house down!
Surely we could try some alternative plans before we go straight to burning their home down. Please.
The clerk goes, "This is a legend, is not a binding contract. Until we know for sure what the terms of the agreement made are, we should not take any drastic measures that may end up not helping in this deed."
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, I don't think it's a whole lot of balderdash, but if you're sure, he puts down the burning torch. Puts it in there.
Just in the event of accidents, I should make a note. I can extinguish fires with magic, just in case anyone gets any funny, hasty ideas.
All right, I'll keep an eye on the cleric so that they don't get any hasty ideas.
The cleric says nothing.
Bertie repeats the gag of
you do that.
I'm watching fingers.
That wild cleric.
That wacky cleric.
Out of control.
Question, where should Bertie be when this all kicks off? Because, I mean, he is a toon. He's quite happy to, like, just jump out of a window and let the Acme effect take care of it. But, like, I might need that in my back pocket to keep that useful little thing. But he could just, like, shin down a Bible or something.
I think the options are you can, jump from one of the higher windows if that's what you want to do to try and do a death from above attack. Or they can try and set up some cover for you to hide behind so that you can get surprise attacks and have a place to hide behind so that hopefully they won't see you as much.
That's true. Like, what do I have to work with? Because like Bertie can turn into stuff, like in the diagram, but like
Yeah.
if there's like nothing out there, that kind of does make him stand out a bit more.
That's the thing. So as is, everything is pretty barren, but they do have like um a sort of carriage that they can wheel out in front that can serve as cover and sort of things like that, if you want to get that set up to help sort of change the landscape a little in your favor.
Just putting like any stuff out there at all that would allow like even half cover or something to like imitate, like that would be great. Like you said, like it jutted up out of the landscape like a tombstone, but I'm guessing there aren't tombstones.
No,
Very
no.
convenient.
I mean, not with a tomb there. They've got a place to put all the dead people.
Boo. Too
Or
organized.
since this is since this is a hound we're worried about, what about its sense of smell? How are we going to
Ooh.
conceal people from that?
Ah.
Yes,
As a
roll the
concern.
baby in dirt.
Roll what?
Roll the baby in the snow. It'll smell like a weird puppy.
I'm for a mud bath.
Just cover the entire ground in perfume.
Just throw flowers everywhere.
Yep, that'll do it.
Flowers and hot
I'm
sauce.
serious, like disguising the scent of the child might not be a stupid idea, actually.
Yeah, that is.
Hide the
I'm saying
child
this
under a
because
basket of flowers.
Bertie is going to dunk this child in whatever is nearest, like. Is it soup? Is it manure? Who knows? He's just got the child and he's looking for something to dump.
Kai was going to very gently take his son back from you.
Oh, fair enough. I can
Much
bring
enthusiasm.
it to him.
Little too much enthusiasm.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Got excited.
But they can definitely, maybe set up. They have like a sort of various sort of dried flowers as decoration that they can sort of scatter around to help disguise scent, sort of thing. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Potpourri. Potpourri.
Everybody's nice and relaxed now because of the aromatherapy.
Get nice and relaxed before our deadly fight with a demon.
Bertie is just limbering up, like doing yoga. Nothing worse than strength.
Virgil will work on his sniper nest. Get that set up.
Cool. Yeah, I think Bertie's probably going to like abseil to a position which will like, give him a short enough drop that he's not going to die on impact with the floor, but also like, yeah, it does give him a bit of a lookout before having to enter the fray because he's maybe incredibly stupid, but he is a knight. Like, he has actually done the fighty thing.
Fair enough.
Stupid within limits.
Yes.
Sensibly stupid.
Indeed.
He's a dumbass, but he's a dumbass who knows what he's doing in certain regards.
Listen, he has an honorific, but it's not something like brigadier or captain, it's sir. And all you have to do to be a sir is have some dame with a sword landed on your shoulders twice, and that's it.
That's all it takes.
All it takes.
Okay.
But also,
I think this is about as planned to get.
Yeah, that's as close to it. That's solid things. Yeah, set up some smelly distractions. Put out some things to work as cover for our Mr. Rogue Stabby Man, and have the ranged attacker shoot stuff out of range.
I mean, that's pretty good going for us.
Yeah. And I this is not a big thing, but I will ask Virgil, roll me a history check.
Okie dokie, let me find my numbers here.
I do want this to be funny.
Woohoo! That's a 25.
Oh, wow.
This is just more cool lore stuff. You have sort of put it together from the story that Chaim told you. It's like, oh, the devil made a deal to protect this house. That's probably why it didn't get destroyed by the erasure and all the history destruction. So yeah, that's just a neat little thing that you figured out.
All that I totally knew that happened.
Yes, because you are
All
a
that
history
history
man.
that yes, I totally know all of that.
Yeah, you
In
were
and out of character.
100% all the way.
Very familiar.
Yeah, that's first time character. Just assume you know things.
Yay!
Woo!
Always assume. Always assume everything.
Yes,
Can't go wrong.
indeed. Okay. So, if you guys have got everything set up, you are all in your positions, and night begins to fall. As the sun begins to set, the mist begins to gather thicker and thicker until it fills the air with writhing, twisting shapes and shadows. And as the very last rays of light disappear behind the moors, a patch of drifting whiteness seems to billow outwards, and suddenly fierce howls fill the air. From the shadows steps a huge dog, wreathed in flickering fire that fills the mist with a dirty orange glow, and behind it, 4 smaller shapes seem to coalesce from the mist, smaller versions of the hound. And slowly the pack begins to pad its way towards the manor. So, you
Wait, how
have
much smaller is smaller?
they are still they are still
Are they
medium
puppies?
sized. But they are not like super duper scary hellhound. You have a hellhound and 4 mist hounds.
I'm seeing
Okay, so they're not hell
Doberman
puppies.
and 4 Chihuahuas.
Think
Honestly, Chihuahuas are more scary.
think like a mastiff.
Ooh. Okay, those
So,
big.
yeah, big puppies, but not covered in fire, so that's a plus. Hold on.
That's good.
Always a plus.
That's you.
Thank you.
So I just thought of this, but it might give me a potential like sneak attack just from the off. Bertie is pretending to be a gargoyle.
I love it. I will say with advantage because you had plenty of time. Roll a stealth check,
24. Okay, that's fine.
but with advantage, so you can try again.
Oh, you did say. I mean, 24 is good.
27's better. Okay, so you have blended in. You know, you are still brightly colored, but it's dark, so you may as well just be another gargoyle. Yeah, A plus.
Hey.
So, as the hounds are getting closer, they are approaching rather cautiously, but they are it looks like they are mostly focused on getting to the door. So I will say, Bertie, it is up to you to choose when you want to attack and which one you want to attack.
Yeah, it's definitely up to him. Virgil's not going to start this.
Okay, I was about to say like Virgil.
And actually, I should say this in advance. The cleric will have bolstered you with a shield of faith, so you have +2 to AC.
Oh, that is tasty. Thank you very much. I will take that. Okay, I mean, I'm still kind of up, but not too far up.
Yeah.
What would he actually do, is the question. He's on the building. I mean, it's just because he's sort of in an up position and kind of wants to get their attention but not be immediately in range first. So I think he's going to use his short bow and fire at, we say, the main puppy or one of the small ones. Let's try a small one. Let's see like how many hit points this thing has.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, make an attack roll.
I will. Would that be an advantage because sneak attack sort of thing?
Where
I'm hidden.
You are hidden. Does that give you advantage? Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. I mean, 21 is probably going to do it.
2 21s. Okay, yes.
21.
That absolutely hits. Roll for damage.
Do that. And because that's a sneak attack, I get an extra 3d6 damage. Is that right?
I believe so.
Cool. D6.
Whew.
Okay.
Yeah.
19. Zip. Pow.
Yeah. You shoot your bolt at one of the mist hounds, and you hear a small yelp of pain, and it immediately evaporates. And the rest of the dogs perk up, and the howls rend the air as they look in your direction, because they are smart enough to figure out where the bolt came from.
Technically it was an arrow, but he's still gonna shout, "How much it magic has!"
And roll for initiative.
Oh, baby.
All right, so Bertie,
Dog.
you got in your sneak attack, and now you are leaping down into the fray, I assume.
Yeah, but like as it were at the furthest point available, sort of
Sure.
thing. You know, like if I'm dropping straight vert, like am I still a decent distance away from the wall?
Yeah, I would say so. You're parked out on like one of the parapets or whatever the appropriate architectural term is, and you likely positioned yourself in a way where it's like you're a little ways away from the front door, because like that's where they would be attacking, and then they'd be less likely to notice you. So yes, I'd say jumping down, you're a decent ways away.
Cool. So I'm not gonna fix what isn't broken. I'm going to attack with the short bow again, and I'm going to attack one of the small ones. I'm just trying to like draw them away from the door, basically.
Absolutely. That will not hit, I'm afraid.
However, I can still use my bonus action to dash, disengage, or hide, and in this case, I am going to hide. I'm going to try and hide. I'm going to try and turn into something or hide behind the carriage.
I will say, yeah, you can duck behind the carriage, and if you, roll a stealth check.
Yeah, I'll do that. Let's do something mundane first, so I'll keep the crazy stuff for later.
Oh, that
29.
29 is a pretty good stealth roll. Yeah.
Turn into one of the wheels. I
yeah,
blend my parts. So
just
like stuck.
absolutely.
I was just thinking it.
Yeah.
Can he turn into an entire wheel?
If I want to, with a 29, I think I can, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's only a little bit creepy.
It used to be a part of the SAS, secret and sneaky.
Let's see. With that, yeah, you're pretty sure that the hound will not be able to find you. So it is the cleric's turn. The cleric is at the moment watching from one of the windows, not too far away from you, Virgil. And they will cast a sacred flame on one of the dogs. So let's see. Boo, boo, boo. They must make a dexterity saving throw. That is... Ooh, that's a tie. I think a tie goes to the attacker, right?
Fortunately, yes. Or fortunately, yes?
Yes, in this case, it's a fortunate thing.
In this case, fortunately.
Yay!
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. Which is 2d8. Nice.
Burn, puppy, burn. Let's go infernal.
9. Awesome. Yeah, as they are snarling and starting to chase after this lanky figure that appears to have disappeared into the night, a bolt of white fire strikes another of the hounds, and it also evaporates. You are getting the feeling that the hellhound, it's pretty bulky. The mist hounds are considerably less so. So now there are only 2 left. Hooray!
Hooray!
Regenerate. But anyway, let's find out.
It's good to be picking them off. And let's see. I think that is all she can do right now. Yeah.
Just pin the order so we.
Oh yeah. Good thought. With that, it is the hellhound's turn.
Doggo.
All right. Big scary dog. I will roll. I'll roll a perception to see if he can figure out your business. Probably not, because you rolled real damn good. Oof, he did roll very high, but what I'll say is, like, you can hear him sniffing and snuffling, but because of all that potpourri you scattered around, he is not able to sniff you out.
Yes.
Awesome. Saved by potpourri.
And you can just sort of hear that low growl. You can sort of smell the sulfur in his breath, and he barks out something to the other dogs and begins running for the front door.
Question: was that barking in Infernal, or was it just dog?
It was just dog.
He does not speak dog.
If only we could all speak dog.
Well, he's
If
not
only.
Valley, so.
In our dreams.
The world could be a better place if only we could understand our pooches.
Girl.
Yes, Virgil. What will you do? The dogs are now. They have decided their goal, since they couldn't find Bertie, is they are going to start attacking the front door.
Damn it!
Who's up? Is it my turn?
It's your turn. Yes.
Is you?
Okay, Virgil has his arm has become like a little launcher, and he leans out and shoots a bolt of white fire at another of the mist dogs, since they seem to die pretty quickly, we can hope.
Hell yeah.
So
that's
that's
make an attack roll.
It'll be +7.
Ooh.
So D20 plus 7.
That'll hit. Roll for damage.
Hey! Oh, nice.
Yeah, you absolutely obliterate another one of the dogs.
Motion fireball.
Shot. Headshot.
Hell yeah. Oh, I love it. All right, we are down to just one of the mist hounds. Nice work.
Woohoo!
And it is that dog's turn. It is going to, let's see. Boo boo.
He's so tempted to just say, like, great shot, but that's not what he's here for right now.
Don't want to break your perfect hiding.
Not quite yet.
The Mist Hound will begin attacking the door, and I will see how much damage it does with that. Because it's a door, it doesn't have a very, it's not hard to hit.
Door dodges the attack.
It nearly does. But, no, it's just a thick door. Okay, so it is, the dog is leaving more gouges clawing at the door, but it is bolstered pretty well, both from having furniture put up against it and being heavily barred. So it is trying to break its way through, but the door is holding firm for now. With that, we are at the top of the round again. Bertie, what do you want to do?
Hey! Because, so they've gone away from the carriage, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I am still very sneakily hid very well.
Yes.
So I do get a sneak attack. Hooray.
You sure do.
I'm going to do the whole 2-weapon fighting thing. Oh no, because then I'd have to use my bonus action for it. Like, how far away from them am I right now?
Right now I'll say you're probably about 20 feet away.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna do the thing that I've been doing. So he's going to sort of quietly disengage himself from this wheel and going to fire off a shot at whatever dog is closest to him. And I can't say the one that's just taken some damage because they've exploded, those ones.
Yeah.
So
It's detonated all over the ground.
I'm gonna have a go at the big guy because I want to get them away from the door, which this may be a stupid idea, but hey.
Hey.
Okay. 3 will hit though.
That absolutely hits.
Cool. So it's that and another 3d6 because I'm being sneaky. 15, that's, I mean, look at those 2 ones. How dare you? How could you? So yeah, he's gonna lose that shot and is then going to be oh heck, I have to come up with some bravado bullshit and say, excuse me, I hadn't quite finished with you chaps. And he's going to climb up on top of the carriage and basically stand on it and is going to remain in sight because he wants to get them away from the door. That's the job. That's what he's gonna do. It's fucking stupid, but that's what he's gonna do.
Oh, you noble lad. I love you.
He's doing his best.
I will say, let's see, the remaining Mist Hound is at the door. The Hellhound, because it was sniffing you out earlier, didn't quite get there. So, I think, let's see, what will the clerk do?
Probably say something exasperated.
No, the cleric will just look down at the scene and without a word point at Big Doggy and cast Guiding Bolt.
Ooh, good one. Love that.
Oh, nice.
There's an advantage if it works. Come on.
Oh, unfortunately, that doesn't hit.
No.
Yeah, the Hellhound was alerted by your yell and manages to sort of dart out of the way of the beam of light that struck down at it. And the cleric goes, "Oh well." With that,
drugs.
Yeah, basically. Let's see. It is the Hellhound's turn, I believe.
Oh, good. This is gonna go well.
Yay!
I just know it.
Woo!
It sees you atop the carriage, and this time, when it howls, it shoots out a cone of fire with its fire
Oh
breath.
no!
Bertie, please make a dexterity saving throw.
7, please save my ass. 26.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's very good. That's, yeah.
I wake up early in the morning to get me. Ha ha ha! Does a
Okay,
cartwheel.
so that
Not a
means,
cart.
dirt, dirt, dirt. Okay, so you only take 15 damage.
I see you. Wow, ooh, that's a spicy meatball. Although I will say, uncanny dodge. If I can see the attacker, I can use a reaction to half the damage.
Okay, so you want to have it again?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Half of 15 is 8, I would guess.
Sure,
Yeah.
8.
Oh, okay, that's all right. He's a little crispy, but he's still good.
We've been
He shakes it
singed,
off.
but he's fine. He's
He's
fine.
good.
but-
He's good. He's okay.
I've taken worse.
All right, Virgil, it is up to you.
Okay, so I should point out, while everyone else is being calm and cool, you know, from a distance, Virgil may look like a cool sniper up in his window, but if you were closer, you would hear, "Oh gosh, oh darn, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this." He's just compulsively muttering to himself under his breath, the breath that he would have if he weren't a warforged. So let's see, what was it? D20. There's a mist hound left, right?
There is one left, yes.
Okay, he's gonna try and take aim at that one. See what happens.
Ooh, yes, that will hit. Yes, 11 damage. So the last Mist Hound goes up once again. And now all that is left is the Hellhound. So you guys have done a masterful job taking out all of its little buddies.
Hey.
Go
We
team.
murdered dog.
Yay!
Yeah, it's okay. They were dogs made out of water vapor, so
Alright.
okay, and I guess that means, yeah, with all of the dogs gone, we're back at the top of the round. Bertie, what you want to do?
And it just come around so quickly. Cool. I mean, like, there's only one left. And oh god, Bertie, you're such a beautiful dumbass. Am I actually gonna do this? Yes, I'm gonna do this. Okay, he's gonna
Do it!
heroically leap off this carriage with his rapier drawn and is just gonna go full on melee. But I do actually have a technical reason for doing this as well, don't worry. But yeah, he's gonna try and squash the buckles of this gigantic hellhound. With the 25.
Oh, yes, that will absolutely hit.
Oh, cool. So that is this is a different amount of attack, so I've got to I've made an attack cheat sheet. This is much more useful, and because I will be within 5 feet of the target, no other creatures are within 5 feet of me. I get a sneak attack because of the type of rogue I am. It's 19.
19 points of damage. Nicely
Cool.
done.
The
Okay.
next thing I'm gonna do is possible because I have fancy footwork, which means if you make a melee attack on that creature, they can't opportunity attack you. He's going to say, "Cheerio," and dash away as his bonus action.
Bless. Oh, I love it.
Sir Bertie ran away.
Yeah, Brave Sir Bertie ran away, but he's staying within way away. He is staying within range of the ranged fighters for sure, though. He's like doing laps.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay,
boy.
hold on a sec. I need to do some math.
Maybe the
Okay.
coolest thing I've ever done as a rogue, by the way.
You were all worried about doing rogues right, and meanwhile, Bertie's kicking butt and taking names.
It was
It's fine.
the first class I ever played, and I haven't played it since. So I was like, "Oh God, can I remember how to do this?" But
It is
It's all good.
It is ingrained into you.
Oh boy.
Just roll all the dice and run away. That's what you have to do.
Basically, yeah. Oh my gosh. You know what? She's Just gonna do another Sacred Flame at this bad boy. And we'll see if he can make that deck save. Ooh, he does not!
He's that one.
Yeah. No, it is not a nat one. He rolled a 6, which gave him a 7, and so the Hound is very much distracted by Mr. Loud, noisy, Speedy, running circles around him. He does not even see the bolt of white fire lancing into him like a dummy. 4 more damage. It's not a lot, but it is chipping him down. You can tell, it already looked nasty on account of being like an undead hell dog, but it is definitely like it has gone from this powerful, imposing, spooky looking creature to sort of the flames are sort of flickering. It's looking a little shaky. This dog is not looking as hot. Ha 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 ha. 'Cause fire. I will roll d6 to see. Oh no. That means it gets its fire breath back right away.
Oh no. Oh
no. Yeah. Bertie.
Have those buckets of water?
It didn't go through any doors.
Alright. I'm happy.
Make your
right, it's a dex
it's a dexterity saving throw from you, bud.
Oh, that's not so good.
Ooh, that is not so good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Uh-oh.
It is actually.
I can still do that uncanny dodge again.
You can do the uncanny dodge, but you do take the full 66 that gets halved.
Oh, gee.
Oh my god.
Okay, so that's a much lower roll this time, so you only take 9 more damage.
Yeah, thanks, Lalu. He's still looking a little bit ropey, like he's trying to keep his chin up, but I will say he's like about halfway.
Whew. Okay, but with that, Virgil, up to you.
Okay, well, he's going to figure that if this thing breathes fire, fire might not be the best idea, so he trades out canisters on his little arm launcher, and I'm going to cast Acid Arrow. Give me 1 second here.
Oh, I love
Ranged
that flavor.
spell
That's
attack.
so cool.
D20 plus 7. See what happens?
Oh,
Oh my
no.
goodness,
Ooh,
no!
That's a nat 1.
That is a nat 1.
I am sorry.
Oh well, I tried.
Ooh. What happens?
Yeah, unfortunately.
He just leaves a nasty mark in front of on the sidewalk or the driveway in front of their house.
It snarls up at you.
He panics and like ducks back inside his sniper nest.
Oh baby.
It's on me. Ah!
It's like a collection of tin cans being shaken up.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, I guess that's the top of the round once more. Bertie, what do you want to do? You are definitely feeling it, but also you can tell this thing is not doing so well.
He's never been backwards at coming forwards. He lunges backwards at the thing with the rapier. He's gonna do the same thing that he did last time. So let's hope that this works, because my goodness, if it doesn't...
Yeah, that will do it.
Oh, cool. And I again get the 3d6 because of all the rules that I said before, and I'm not repeating all of that. Stampo for 25 damage. Do I run him through?
Beautiful.
Do I do a cool...
Yes, you run the Hellhound through, and it lets out a piercing shriek of a howl as it just incinerates on the edge of your rapier. And the beast is gone. All that is left are the various scorch marks that remain out on the somewhat muddy earth. Good job, team! Woo!
Wish I'd brought my
He sticks his head back out the window. Is it dead? Is it dead?
It sort of evaporated, exploded, so I would say so, yes.
Are you hurt?
Or at least temporarily. Does it seem to just die every night and come back? We didn't really confirm that.
Hold on. I'll be right down to check. And after
Bertie's just leaning on his rapier outside.
After a moment, I don't know, Virgil, if you want to stay up there, but
yeah, he's just gonna stay up there and keep his launcher ready just in case.
So
he's guarding you from a distance very bravely.
The clerk will go downstairs, not as quickly as you might hope, so taking her time, but there will be like a long, slow moment as just like her taking the thing
Calmly
aside,
plodding down the stairs.
going down the stairs, then very slowly moving aside the furniture that's in front of the door, very calmly, very composed. Everything needs to be in a stable position before she can move on to the next thing. And it takes it's probably like a solid 10 minutes before she gets out the door to check on you, Bertie. And she finally comes out and goes, well, it hasn't shown up again, so that's a good sign.
Oh, you're here! Oh, splendid! Yes, what?
Then she just lays a hand on you and does a cure wounds.
Tasty, thank you.
1d8 plus ability. Yeah. Oh.
Boop, boop, boop.
5 back. Not great.
Take it.
But she looks around at the scene and goes, what did it look like when it died?
Burny, splody, gooey. I think the DM had better tell us exactly what it looked like, so I can relate that to my good friend here.
Yeah, you describe how it's sort of just like incinerated and just is sort of vanished into sparks and char, and she goes, yes, I believe that indicates that it should be gone for the foreseeable future. Virgil, I would like you to make a perception check.
This is
See here. What is my perception? I made 3 perception checks and I still don't remember what it is.
It's okay. Like I check
It's
on my numbers like every time.
Perception, okay. D20 plus 1.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Oh.
Nope.
It doesn't.
You don't see anything in particular. So
he nervously peeks over the edge of his sniper nest again.
We go on like my passive perception, because my passive perception is 15.
Nope, you don't take note of anything. So finally the clerk will go, well, it is a shame the devil has not shown itself, but we have
It's rather, I wanted a word.
Oh yes, a shame, definitely a shame.
But we can at least go in and tell my employers the good news. And Bertie, I assume you go back in with her?
Sure. Yeah, he's not smart enough to do anything else. Yep. Solve the problem.
Right.
Carry on.
Virgil will climb down and join them.
Brilliant. So you guys will head into the study where the Abels had been holed up with their son. And they are collapsed on the ground, unconscious. And there is no sign of the baby.
No!
Oh, that's bad. Oh no! I mean,
now Virgil was always awkward around this kid, like standing 5 feet away and kind of shyly peering at it. But here, when they walk in and the kid's gone, he's like, no! You know, he's visibly distressed and looking around.
Oh,
He doesn't
dear.
want to be
Highly
near children necessarily, but he cares about them.
Oh, bless.
baby.
The clerk will immediately lean down and make a medicine check. Oh, that's not good. That's a bad medicine check.
Hang on. I think I'm proficient. Yeah, I can try.
All right, give it a shot.
Cool.
I got a +4. Let me see.
Okay. So, while the clerk is trying and failing to wake up Chaim, Virgil, you lean down next to Rin and are able to see that she has just been sort of knocked over the head, and you are able to sort of rouse her. She goes, "What happened? Dean, oh my god, where is he?"
What happened? What happened?
I don't know. We were hiding in here. We could hear it scratching at the... Barry. Barry came in to bring us tea and then... And then I don't know.
Are you absolutely sure that it was Barry?
I thought so, but...
Do we see any signs of like other scuffle? Like maybe she was dragged away?
Make a, I guess, survival check?
Yay.
Okie dokie.
Of that with my
+4.
A 6.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, that's a pretty good Virgil. So you can see, yeah, there is the sign of a collapsed tea tray that has been abandoned on the ground. And putting the pieces together, yeah, Barry, it looks like she knocked the two of them out while their guard was down.
And she seems so nice.
So with this, the cleric will stand up and go, "Well, I suppose we got too comfortable."
Yes, I thought that was rather too easy. Dash it all.
Well, I was hoping it was easy, but it never turns out that way.
Oh, really?
Hold on a moment. The cleric closes their eyes and casts locate object. And they're doing it on the blanket that Dean was wrapped in.
I was gonna say, does baby object?
No, baby is not object.
It should.
Let's see. After a moment, they will raise their hand and point through the wall and go, "He is in that direction."
All right, and Bertie runs headlong into the wall. There's something in the way.
Oh, bless you, Bertie. I love you so much.
Good job. Good job.
Survival. 6 in survival. It had to come out somehow.
Oh my goodness.
Virgil makes a failed attempt to reach out and grab him as he goes by, but it's too late to stop him from smacking into the wall.
Yep.
Let's see. So, the clerk will impassively watch the shenanigans unfold and then return to the front door and look. And they go, "It appears she has retreated to the tomb."
The tomb then! Onwards! Come on! No time to be lost! And he's like pushing Virgil along if Virgil isn't actually coming.
Why is it always a tomb? There's always a tomb and we always have to go in it. Oh dear.
You're an archaeologist, sir.
Like, raiding this tomb. It'll be an adventure.
So I don't know if you guys want to make a check to see if you can follow the trail, or if you're just willing to follow the cleric's locate object
We can try checks, but I trust our friend.
I trust
Fair
our
enough.
friend, and Bertie just rolled a 6. So like
he used
Nothing
up
fun
he
there.
used up all his good rolls during the fight.
did. The right time to use them.
Yeah, and Rin will stay back trying to wake her husband, but she's pretty clearly like distraught and horrified and just please get like
Well, if he's still unconscious, Virgil does have good berries, so he can pass them a couple. It's what? I think it's 10 berries a day.
okay, that's good.
So he can hand one over to help out and save the rest for emergencies. Let me.
Worry about your baby. Here's some berries.
Yeah. Can I offer you a berry in this trying time?
Here, this should be revive him, so you're not waiting here by yourself.
Thank you. Please bring my son back. And she's just like barely able to. She's distraught. So, she's going to tend to her husband while the other three of you and us, me included, because Clerk, will go after this traitorous maid.
Feet. Quite possibly, actually.
And so, the Clerk, she will consider, obviously she could just go in a straight line, but Bertie proved that isn't the smartest way to go. So she will just calmly begin walking down the path.
It's fine. It's fine.
Nothing can go wrong.
Going at a very even, steady pace, not rushing.
Well, Virgil's certainly in no hurry. In fact, the closer they get, he kind of like slightly drifts back to be behind the group.
Oh,
He thinks he's being discreet, but not really.
Okay, so after a walk that is not as urgent as it probably should be, but you can't rush a nobody. You guys will approach the tomb. It looms out of the mist as you guys approach. It is much more roughly constructed than the fine manor that you guys left behind. The only sort of ornamentation you can see is it has the name of the family, Abel, engraved over the door. The slab-like door is ajar. You can just inside see nothing but darkness.
It's silly replacing a door with a jar. Completely see-through. I'll leave.
I will say, I'll just peel back the curtain, like, oh, if you guys hadn't beat the Hellhound, it would be waiting for you here to lay an ambush, but oops, Bertie's a badass. He killed it real good.
That cone of fire right here at this door would suck.
I was convinced it was going to like reconstitute itself, so I'm kind of relieved.
Don't encourage it.
If you managed to whittle it down, nice and effective, so nicely done. But I will say, as you guys sort of enter this first room of the tomb room, make a perception check.
Okie dokie.
Well,
wow.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
Blindfold on? Actually, yeah, does Virgil go in and like they're covering their eyes?
Oh my god.
Honestly, yes, he might be.
Like
he's sort of he's cringing and not really wanting to look directly into the tomb just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I actually forgot to roll. I should have rolled a d6 when we started. Hang on a second.
Well,
What's that for?
For a class feature, so I have a healing potion, which
Oh,
I'm just going to give to Bertie since he's beat up.
Oh, splendid. That's why I don't get a good perception roll. I'm glugging down this potion. What does that do me for?
It's a 2d4 plus 3.
2d4 plus 3. That plus 3. Okay, 9. That's extremely welcome. Thank you.
yeah.
Oh, he is looking so much better now. Oh gosh, he's full of vim and vigor.
And the clerk, ignoring all of the, healing going on behind her. It's like,
The best
she did her business before. It's fine. Um, will point across the room, which is largely just sort of an empty entry hall, but there are stairs leading down into further darkness, and she goes, "The baby is crying down that way."
I say, that's not sporting at all. And he's just going to march down the stairs. He's actually looking quite cross.
All right. As you reach the passage, as you go further down, you can definitely start hearing the sort of echoing wails of baby Dean as you head on down. Let's see. It is dark. It goes about 30 feet down, and it doesn't smell great on account of being full of dead bodies. But as you
Oh,
the properly entombed dead bodies, but still it's got that sort of rank dusty smell hanging in the air.
oh, I wish they hadn't installed a nose in me.
We install a nose in you.
You're an alchemist, so it's important to know.
Yeah, unfortunately it is. You just have to deal with it.
So as you get to the larger chamber, it is lined with stone sarcophagi etched with the names of the long dead Abel family. Um, and at the back of the room is the figure of Barry, who is scratching away at the wall with a stick of chalk and drawing bizarre runes and sigils that sort of are are hard for you to look at. They kind of writhe the longer you try and perceive what they look at.
Can
And
make an Arcana check?
sure, go ahead. 15.
Oh no. Oh no, 15's alright.
15's okay. I will say you can probably guess that this is her trying to make a teleportation to take the baby back to the Nine Hells.
Hey, for once, Virgil goes straight from cowering in the back to actually yelling, "You have to stop her immediately! That's a portal!"
Bertie was about
taking a baby
to.
to hell is where he draws the line.
Bertie was about to sneak attack, but I think he's lost out.
Yeah.
Now.
Sorry,
Yeah.
panicking.
Having shouted out, Barry will spin around at the sight of and see the three of you crouched by the doorway. And she will instantly transform. She will grow about 2 feet taller, and bat-like wings stretch out of her back, and her skin will darken to a deep crimson.
Oh,
She
that's
will get-
unpleasant.
And
Not sure that makeover is really working for you, but I do prefer this. Stabbing you in the back really would have been bad form.
and she smiles with a mouthful of teeth, and she goes, "Oh, silly. No, 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 no. That old body was never a look that suited me, I don't think. But thankfully, I didn't have to wear her skin for too terribly long. But I suppose you are here to fight me off and get back this child to its rightful parents. Am I not mistaken?
Not, but we could settle this another way. And he's slowly getting out the vial.
Do it, do it.
He's like wiggling the eyebrows, like dee-da, 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 dare you, dare you, dare you.
She raises an eyebrow and she goes, "It is important for you to know. If you hope to kill me, my body will simply reform and I will hatch another plot to take this baby back."
Exactly. So why don't we play a new game? Beat me at playing the fiddle. Go on. You know you've always wanted to do this.
She stares at you and after a moment, fine. Let's have a competition.
Splendid!
Sure. Let's have a performance roll from you.
But
Hang on, is the baby in the room?
The baby,
exactly.
yes.
I can't
Sorry.
have a crying child while I'm performing. That's just not on. And
Nah,
besides,
she
I'm
has
just like making this baby cry. Why do you even want it in the first place? You're clearly not looking after it properly.
Well, you killed all my other children. I've got to have some replacements, haven't I?
Is that what you did with the other ones, the previous ones?
Point is, I have the right to this child. Whether or not you... And the clerk goes, "You have the contract, don't you? I would like to see it, please." He goes, "Oh, I would be happy to share my legal right to this child." And with a small little poof of flame, she pulls out a scroll of paper and tosses it over to the clerk, who reads it over. Will you be peeking over her shoulder? She will not be reading it aloud.
Yeah, totally.
So, it says, "This contract sets out the terms of a deal made between Richard Abel, acting in his role as the head of the Abel family, and the devil known on the material plane as Yeth. Yeth shall ensure that the residence commonly known as Abel Manor, located 3.5 miles north of Linder, remains in possession of the Abel family, which is defined as a family unit containing the legal heir of Richard Abel, for as long as it exists. Yeth shall ensure that the Abel family does not lose possession of the house due to financial or legal hardships. These include it being rendered as an unsuitable dwelling due to lack of maintenance and or repairs. While this contract remains in place, any attempt for the Abel family to sell or otherwise move out of the Abel manor shall be considered a breach of contract. In return for this service, while Abel Manor exists as a recognizable dwelling, Yeth is entitled to transport one member of the Abel family, as defined above, into the 9 hells on the date shown on this contract at an interval of every 100 years from that date. Yeth is considered to be the legal owner of her chosen family member from the moment it is transported into the 9 hells. Any breach of this contract shall result in the breaching party having their immortal souls confiscated by Asmodeus, Lord of the 9 hells. And it is signed by a signature you can make out as Richard Abel and Yeth.
Told you we should have burned it down.
And so, with that, the clerk straightens up and goes, "Thank you. That was very enlightening." and holds it back out to Yeth.
Virgil, you got an insight on this?
Well, he sort of looks at the clerk, looks at the demon, looks at the clerk. Really? That's it? That's all you've got?
They have the contract ensuring that they can take possession of this child.
If there's still our house, why don't we just go and knock the roof in? I mean, really, this is all worth...
Hey, are you saying this right in front of the demon?
Unfortunately, yes. Because he is stupid!
And Yeth looks at you and goes, well, I don't think that would be entirely sporting, as you say, sir.
Oh, that's true. Anyway, come on! Fiddling contest! We did agree!
And
So
she will
into
go,
this.
absolutely. You go first, sir.
Sure? You think I like?
Make a performance check.
Cool. Oh my god. I kind of want this to go badly. I can tell you why, but anyway, okay.
Oh my god!
Though!
You rolled
Oh,
it incredibly
Can I
well.
say?
You make an absolutely gorgeous, wonderful viol performance. The entire time while you are doing it, however, Yeth immediately goes back to going the sigils in the portal.
Boo! I mean, like, wouldn't the other two, like, stop them? Like, that just seems poor taste, really.
It is in poor
but
taste.
you're not even going to watch the performance.
Listen to it.
She has... Sorry, that was something falling off my desk. It's not important.
You okay?
All good, all good.
Hi.
You all right there?
But yeah, so yeah, Yeth is just all she's interested in is completing this portal. Virgil, from your role earlier, you can tell it is going to take her some time. If you guys want to plan something to stop her, you have
Sometime
time.
being like 2 minutes or an hour or...
Close to, I'd say, 10 minutes.
Cool.
Okay.
Bertie's solo is going to last like 2 minutes, so you have like the cover of a beautiful viol solo.
So Virgil sort of encourages our clerk friend to step back a little bit so we have some cover from the music.
A
And say so.
vital question. Sorry, before I let you take this. Does the playing at least make the baby stop crying? Because I will be sad if this baby is crying the entire time.
It is somewhat soothing to him. It goes from wailing down to sort of a whimper, because he is still
Aw.
in a cold, hard, unfamiliar place, but there is nice music.
Aw, yay.
That'll do. Sorry, carry on. Yeah.
Okay, so when they backed up a little bit, so the music is covering them talking, he says to the clerk, so you didn't find any loopholes? No anything? Nothing stands out to you?
I never said that.
What? He sort of sputters and just... Why didn't you say so?
Because the demon is right in front of us. No, as Bertie had previously intuited, burning the house down would serve as something to render the contract null. There is also the option that if this child is no longer a member of the Able family, it will be impossible for her to claim it. So long as the family puts him up for adoption, he would be protected.
Well, but that's their child. I don't know if they would go along with that one compared to, well, maybe we should burn the house down.
Hmm.
I'm not a fan of that generally, but if that's our only option.
Well, if that is the option we would like to go with, then we'd better get started before she finishes.
And Bertie finishes his solo and takes a deep bow, expecting you all to applaud because, damn, that was very, very good. And he says, "All right, your turn."
And she turns around and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't bring an instrument with me. You win.
It's fine,
Good
you can borrow
job."
mine.
Oh, all right.
No. It's only fair if we use the same instrument anyway. Otherwise, you could whip out some sort of magical enchanted one that gives you an advantage. That just wouldn't do it all. Here you go. Insist.
Fair enough. Let's see.
Do you have proficiency in a vial?
I don't think she does, but she does have pretty high charisma checks, so. Ooh, come on.
See what happens. Come on, dice passer, don't keep us in suspense.
Ooh.
Mm.
It is not
Oh,
as completely perfect because she does not have proficiency in viol, but it's pretty damn good. Yeah, you get the feeling, yeah, she is an experienced performer in many senses of the word.
Right. That has bought us, like, however long that piece of music is. Again, I would guess, like, maybe Bertie's too stupid to think of it, but you could start wiping off the chalk or something.
I mean, Virgil, what do you
Virgil
want
has
to do?
disadvantage on stealth, so someone else should do that.
I mean, like, if you tell Bertie to do it, he might, but, like, he's so sporting, he's just standing there listening to it and being quite appreciative of this, actually.
Or lean over sideways and say, "Go," just sort of mumble under his breath. Maybe you should go delay her.
But
She's occupied.
What do you mean?
The runes are right there.
I mean that. Oh, well, I suppose I could try. And
I think it might help.
I tried to stealth, which is a +10. So
Okay.
maybe this will work.
You've been rolling a lot of
nice.
19s. That's very
Very
good.
nice.
I tell you what happens. So he's a hare, right? So he has a nice little fluffy scut, which is a tail, and he's just listening and sort of doing the side step, walk, sneak, and he's gonna stand so his back is to this wall covered in etchings, and his tail is just wagging furiously to erase as much of it as possible. And like he's even sort of bending his legs up and down, so his back is wiping up and down against it.
Oh my god. That's delightful.
Would have chalk all over his clothes.
All in time with the music, so it looks like he's just like getting down with the boogie.
Yeah,
dancing.
just having a little jam sesh. And let's see. After a moment or two of her performance, well, 16. So she definitely does not notice anything as you are performing, but once she finally finishes, she sort of gives you a smirk and goes, "Well, thank you for that lovely bit of distraction." But she sort of looks at what you've done and sees it and goes, "Truly, what are you hoping to accomplish here?" And she sort of waves a hand and goes to knock you aside so she can resume.
But hey, I said let's change the game. Let's have a little competition between you and I. And I would say, even though I do admit that performance was stellar, just really beautiful, loved the ending. But I think it's fair to say that I did do slightly better than you, so I'll be taking my baby
and she will snarl at you, and the claws will come out as you try to reach for the child. She goes, "All you said was you wanted a competition. You did not establish any terms of winner or loser ahead of time. It was a lovely distraction. You have
I
accomplished."
thought it was a gentleman's agreement. Clearly, my mistake was thinking that you were in any form gentlemanly. Well, That's just to show what kind of people we're dealing with here. And he's going to run her through with his rapier.
All right, all
Just
right.
go for it. Just
He's
go
like-
for it.
That's like about as startling a sneak attack as I could think of, right?
Sure, sure. She was also looking right at you as you did it.
Fair enough. I mean, so does that
Let's
do?
see. Yeah, that will hit. Nice.
Okay. And are you being kind enough to say that counts as a sneak attack as well?
I don't think so.
Although no. I mean, it's according to the things that a swashbuckler has, I am within 5 feet of the target. No other creatures that are malicious intent are within 5 feet of me.
All
If
right.
that counts as...
Sure, absolutely.
Sorry,
Then
I'm new to
then
swashbuckling.
I'll let it slide.
Thank you very much. Well, sorry. I'll pass you all the rules next time, but there's like tons of things.
Yeah, there's a lot of details to
It's
keep
not
track
that.
of.
Oh my god, look at all that low rolls! 1, 2, 3, and a 2.
Oh
Boo.
man.
Oh well.
Boo.
Let's see.
That's 12. You
Yeah.
got shanked for 12.
Let's see. So,
Cool. So Bertie has just rapiered, but his ears are sort of doing the pointing to like tell the other two to go and burn the house down, please.
the clerk will look to Virgil and very calmly say, I believe my responsibilities will be needed here in order to keep the night alive. Please hurry back and let the bulls know.
Yeah, well, I'm quite good at hurrying. I'll get on that right away. Good luck. Whoosh. And he's out the door.
Pachoo! Okay. So, Virgil, what is your speed?
I think it's just 30. Let me double check.
If you're dashing, that's 60
Boop,
then.
boop. Oh yeah, dashing.
Yeah, dashing
Or-
will put it at 60.
Yeah.
All right.
Clunk, clank, clunk, clank, clank, clank.
So, with that being the case, it is down to Yeth, Bertie, and the clerk while Virgil is rushing to get the news out. So, Bertie, I think what's fair is Bertie, you made your attack. The clerk used their turn to tell Virgil to leave.
Speaking as a free action, like you can still attack or do something.
You know what? Yeah, sure. I was thinking like, they're not exactly speeding to join in, but I want to not leave Bertie high and dry. So,
Cool. That would be cool of you.
let's see. She will turn and look at Yeth, who is speared right in front of Bertie, and will cast Guiding Bolt. Let's see if that hits. Boop.
Please work. So if they're infernal, like this should be double damage, please.
Oh no, that's not one.
No. Oh, that's so bad. Like, can I argue that you have advantage because she is distracted with the sword thing? I mean, I don't know if that counts. Like, that's a 1, man. That's a 1.
That's a 1. I'm thinking just like from the angle it's awkward, and she was trying not to accidentally hit Bertie and just ended up skewing too wide.
Yeah. She's very tall.
So instead what Veth will do, she will cast Fog Cloud, and suddenly the room is filled with mist.
See where this is going. Like
that. Bertie, it's your turn.
Okay. Oh god, like the mad part of me wants him to turn into a desk fan and just get rid of the fog. Did I use the Acme effect to do that?
Let me take a look at
No,
your
that's
sheet. It's
a
so
bit of a
good.
stretch.
It's a bit of a stretch.
Really is. I mean, like, obviously I'd have to do a roll to permit that to happen at all. And it's up to you. You're the DM. I can't say. Like, I don't know which I'll
I'll
go
say
for.
you can try doing that, but it won't get much done for a few turns.
Oh no, that's no good if it's gonna take a few turns. Like, he's gonna try and do as much damage as he possibly can in this short amount of time. But it's funny! Oh no, this is painful. Like, you're asking me to choose between something sensible.
That is the curse.
Oh, I'm gonna roll this is a thing that I've been doing with Delta, but I'm gonna roll a D2, and 1 is usually like the good thing, and 2 is the bad thing. In this case, 1 is the sensible thing. 2 is the stupid thing. The stupid thing!
Yeah!
Okay! Bertie is going to summon all of his UPAN powers of transformation and use the Acme effect in this way, instead of, like, you know, reducing damage or whatever. And is going to turn into a lanky, a sort of stand-up fan with his ears acting as the propellers, and like probably one of his arms goes up there too, and he's going to try and blow the mist away.
Brilliant.
What do I do?
Oh God, what would I even have you possibly roll for that?
I really don't know.
Let's
Maybe
go with
Constitution
athletics. Roll athletics to see if you can keep up the energy of twirling yourself around as a fan.
Sure, absolutely. I'm game. Come on, dice tosser, wake up.
Okay. All right. All right.
Vigor.
So you are starting to try to like blow away the mist from you a little bit. It's not very fast, but you have decided that this is the route you're taking. Sure, why not?
Okay. And because I can use it as a bonus action, I'm sorry, he's using his cunning action to dash. But what that's going to describe is like him running around the room trying to blow the mist out of the front door as quickly as possible.
Okay.
That's beautiful. That's so beautiful.
All right. So that is very much your turn, sir. And as you are scurrying around, you actually bump into the clerk who goes, I suppose that's one way to handle it.
Sorry, can't hear you. Kind of having some difficulties with my ears.
They will go. I see. Well, maybe this will get through. And they attack you.
What? The clerk? The clerk attacked me.
Guess who's a shapeshifter?
No. I have never felt so betrayed. Oh my goodness.
Treason!
Really?
It's treason!
1. Oh my goodness. Okay, this just got fucking real. Hope you guys liked Bertie because I'm about to die.
No.
So let's see. They make an attack with
I liked the clerk. Oh, I'm sad.
Oh no, it's the devil is hiding as the clerk. The clerk is elsewhere in the room, hidden in the fog.
Oh, that's so much better. No, this is much less painful now. I was like actually distressed then.
No.
Okay, that's much better.
That will hit, I'm afraid.
I'm gonna die. Yep.
Yeah.
I can't use that uncanny dodge because like that was a total surprise. Yep.
But I think if you can see, does it matter if it's surprise?
I don't know, I'm in a fog cloud. If you can see the attacker, you can use a reaction to half the damage. Would you allow that? I mean, it's like I don't know. Like we're in a fog cloud.
I think due to the number of things that you are distracted by doing, I don't think you can manage that.
I don't think so either. Okay, I take the 10. Oof.
Yeah. And the quote unquote clerk will grin and cackle in a way that is very much not a nobody's manner of doing. It looks extremely unnerving, and they evaporate back into the mist once more.
I say, I didn't know you could do that. Still thinks it's the clerk.
Oh dear. That, let's see, the actual clerk, what will she be up to?
Hopefully not killing
Sorry,
Bertie.
I'm just looking at her options for what she
Oh, it's
might
fine.
do.
It takes time. So I did the most colossally stupid thing, so like...
You know what? Let's just go right ahead, and I will make Yeth do a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, yeah. Fail, 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 fail.
She doesn't have plus to it, so. Oh no!
Oh,
Yeah,
That's a 20.
this dice spot
unfortunately.
doesn't like us.
Yeah, Dice Parser was on our side for the hounds, but unfortunately,
Not
with
now.
the devil, it is keeping us on our toes. And you kind of hear the clerk call out, "I'm still at the door. If you run into me, it's not me."
Okay, noted.
Bertie, what do you want to do?
I mean, like, is it? Are we cutting to Virgil? Like, how far has Virgil got?
Virgil,
yeah, where am I?
You have probably, like, again, it has been approximately 12 seconds. That is the nature of battle rounds. You have made it, like, to the entrance of the tomb.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't visualize if it was we were just inside the entrance or if there was a hallway or.
Yeah, you have like bounded up the stairs, up to like the main room that you first came in, where there would have been an ambush if you guys hadn't killed all the dogs. Good job.
Woo!
And you have made it to like the exit door.
All right, so I will continue 60-foot total move.
Yeah. So you are.
I would be asking, knowing, I know this is damn cheeky of me, but knowing that you have Firebolt, and we did discuss a plan, like, or you could, like, use it as a flare. I'm just trying to
Oh,
think
you
of-
know what? I just realized, let me check something actually important that I should have thought of. But how far away am I now? Am I like 60 feet from Bertie?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Because I can healing word as a bonus action.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think that would be good to do.
Can you do that from like upstairs through like?
As long as the person can hear you, it's fine.
All right, sure.
I'm pretty sure that's the rule.
No, I do have to be able to see. So if I'm already beyond walls and stairs and things.
All right, yeah. I don't think you can make that happen. I'm sorry, Bertie.
Hang it. Okay, fine. Never mind. It's fine. I'm fine.
Sorry, new spellcaster.
Yeah.
It happens.
No,
It's
Virgil,
fine.
you are just going as fast as your feet can take you. And Bertie, I will say, your fanning has started to push some of that mist through the door, and out of the room. Do you want to do anything else? We're back at the top of the round.
It depends. So, like, if I keep being a fan, I can't believe this. Will I get rid of all the mist, or is this a point at which it would be sensible? I hate that word. Advisable to stop my head from spinning around and actually do something with it.
Well, let me check out the specific rules of fog cloud, because it is, yeah.
Basically, using my propeller head to cast gust, which does dispel things like fog cloud.
Yeah, you are pushing it around, but you are not completely dispersing it. You
With a
have
19.
you have like cleared a space around you, so it's like uh I will say you have made it so that she cannot like sneak attack on you again as long as you are, vigilant and not tricked like you were last time.
Boy, howdy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll stop my head from spinning around and shaking it off. 'Cause- okay. Now, where were we? Oh yes, this. And he's going to repeat the whole shenanigans with the rapier and is going to try to stab.
All right, you're gonna have to do that at disadvantage because you can't see exactly where she is.
Oh no!
Even with the fog cloud dispersal, like
She is hiding within the mist. You have made it so that she cannot sneak attack you, but you cannot see where
okay.
she is.
All right, 12. That's not looking good, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately not.
Where's the baby in all this?
The baby has been left on the ground. He has started crying again.
Oh my god, can I try and pick up the baby at least?
You can, yes, absolutely.
I would love to do that. What do I do?
You pick up the baby. I'll say that is
Okay,
your move for this turn.
okay, Bertie holds the baby up to his face and very sincerely says, now you're promising me that you're actually Baby Dean and you're not a shapeshifter who's going to stab me in the face. Alright? Okay,
Baby
gotta rotate.
pulls on your ears.
That's adorable. Okay, got the baby. Got the baby. Still sort of on guard with the rapier, but yeah, now kind of like, this is bad.
It's that picture of the samurai with the cat, but it's a giant rabbit swashbuckler with a baby.
Oh my god,
That's
someone
perfect. That's perfect.
With that, the cleric will take a moment. She will think very hard.
Oh, cunning action. I'm just going to disengage, so that means she can't take opportunity attacks against me. Bleh.
Cool. The real clerk will hold on. She's waiting for the demon to show itself. So she's holding her turn. And in that nature, Bertie, you hear your own voice from by the door going, "Oh, there you are. What a relief. I did thought she might have snuck up on you."
Not me! That's definitely not me! I don't sound anything like as ridiculous as that!
He goes, "Oh, there's nothing that Vlad won't resort to, is there?" And, let's see. I'll just go roll a straight wisdom check for the cleric to see if they fall for it.
Come on, cleric. Be smart. Be smart. Be smarter than Bertie.
Come on, Braid. Be so smart. Yeah! Awesome! The clerk looks up at quote-unquote Bertie.
Nothing gets past a nobody.
Yeah. Nobody gets past nobody. Please hit. Okay. Because bah!
It was a happy ending.
All right. This is because I don't want to waste a level 3 guiding bolt.
Oh, you do not know.
The universe owes you one.
Yeah.
It does.
24 doubled to 48. Hell yeah. The form of Bertie in front of her lets out an inhuman, just absolutely eardrum destroying shriek as it evaporates in light. And the clerk goes, "Thank you, Bertie, for letting me know."
Bertie has immediately sort of wrapped his very long ears around his eyes and the baby's ears and everything, so he has to untangle it himself. He's like, "Oh, it's not harsh. It's no problem." Golly, you really do pack a punch, don't you?
Well, I was hired for the purpose of stopping this devil. so I did what I needed to. We should
And
hurry to
how?
join Virgil before it can reform.
Yes, good idea. Up, upwards and outwards. Yes.
And yes, the two of you dash after Virgil. So yay! If we can speed along, unless you want to get anything done with the devil defeated for the moment, you are able to get back to the manor and let the family know of what you have learned. Um, they are so grateful to have their son back. And when you tell them the plan of burning down the house, they're like, absolutely, yes, if that is the loophole we need to do, 100%, we will burn the house down.
Well, if we're ready, I can take care of that very quickly.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh man, let's have a bonfire party.
Yeah, there.
Well,
If
being
it's
an alchemist, I have flaming spear ready, so I'm ready to go.
I
awesome.
can't believe my dumbass comment right at the beginning was right.
As soon as you made that, I was like,
Oh no. Oh my god, it was a sleeper joke all along. Who knew?
Oh, it was beautiful.
Maybe
Yeah, we could have
maybe we'll
saved all this
continue
trouble
some-
if we had just listened to Bertie.
yeah. Assuming they're gonna take like some of the nicer pieces of furniture, is that allowed?
I mean, sure, but like the important thing is that the house is like rendered uninhabitable, so like once like if you would light the roof on fire and once it collapses in, the contract will be null and void. So it's like it's fine for them to get their more important things out, but yeah, the house has to come down. Um
Mhm.
so I will
In fact, you
say
could say we brought the house down.
yeah.
Boo!
Yeah, this lovely manor, a bastion that has stood through 400 years and who knows how many wipes of history. For the sake of their child, they are more than willing to bring it down.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
Well, as Virgil, he transforms his arm and sticks a spell canister in there. Says, as a rule, I am very, very against the burning of houses and all historical artifacts. Just so we're clear. But making an exception today. That's all. Thank you. Just like cocking a shotgun, just aims at the ceiling. Say when. He's ready to go.
um, and yeah, Chaim cradling his child and pulling his wife in close, and you will go, go right ahead. I think that this is one historical artifact best left lost at this point.
All right, so we have how large is this? 5-foot diameter fireball that lasts for 1 minute and can be moved around and sets things on fire. So he's getting to it. He's going.
Yeah. Like after a moment, the clerk like comes out with just like arms full of like scrolls and records that they have taken from the library, and they going, there is no need for these to be destroyed.
Thank you. I feel like less of a vandal now. I'm still a vandal, but less of one. Maybe 75% as much of a vandal.
And as you all stand and watch the house burn down, you can feel confident in a job well done.
We're good at this. We're good adventurers.
A+ work.
Yo, did we get paid to burn the house down?
Yes.
What are they going to pay us with? We just burned their house.
You burned their house. You did not burn like their entire like bank account. They like Chaim will tell you like he is confident this family is going to be able to pick up somewhere else. Like he is, you know, he is a decent enough businessman that he's like, I don't, the house is nothing. So he will give each of you 50 gold for saving his child.
We're burning the house down.
That is extremely welcome. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yay!
If you guys have any sort of cleanup or discussion amongst the characters you want to do, that's fine, but that is the end of ye being hounded by history. Ha 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 ha.
Well, I will say that to be helpful, Virgil will stick around, and once the house has been sufficiently destroyed, he'll start putting the fire out so it doesn't spread.
Very
He's a good
important.
citizen.
He's very sincerely like telling Baby Dean, who he has refused to let go of because it's just so precious, and he's like, now you see, any time that anybody makes bargain, you just say no, and then you burn the house down. Right?
Well, a tough cocktail solve all my problems. Just boom, then I have a different problem.
When in doubt, just burn it down. It's all good.
Arson, B is for burning, C is for...
Oh my god.
Let's not learn the alphabet with Bertie. I think it's just like this nice picture of this burning mansion with them all in silhouettes and variously rejoicing. That was much
Happy music plays.
Credits roll.
The cleric has no idea what they're doing because their home island is fucked up. But they'll figure that out later.
Okay, so what do you say? 50?
Yes,
said
50
gold?
50 gold.
50 gold smackaroons for arson.
Woo!
Thank you so much. This was really fun.
That was fantastic.
Oh,
Thank
nice
you guys
playing
for
with you
having
guys.
me.
Yes,
On your
and I'm so
amazing
glad we got to
server.
play.
God, we've all known each other for like what 13 years, and this is the first time I've ever played an audio game with you guys.
It's been insane.
I know, was it 13 or 15? It's forever.
Something like that. It's
long,
getting on
long,
there.
long time.
Infinite span of time.
Okay, this was wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes,
Yay.
I'm so glad.
I love you guys. Good night.
Night, Maud. I hope you can rest well.
I will, don't worry. After that, absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording now.
Yes,
Bye.
me too. Bye. Thanks for listening.